Jurgens. This is the new episode of Patent Effect podcast. And now we are in Berlin, in Germany. Thank you for our valuable friend, Arne Kruger. He opened his nice office today to us, and I have a very distinguished guest today from Granada, who is also my friend and also my IP colleague. I am with Björn Jurgens today. Welcome, Björn.
Hello, thank you.
Thank you so much for accepting my podcast offer. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
The weather is very bad in Berlin, right?
Exactly. That's the best thing you can do is to talk here inside.
Yes,
it's not that cold.
with the coffee served by Arne. He is not with us now, but we will also record another podcast together with him. So Björn is living in Granada, but he is German actually. I will let him to introduce himself, and then we will talk about mainly the power of patent data and the real impact of patent landscape reports, because Björn is one of the best experts of creating patent landscape reports in Europe or in the world. Yes, I think it should be. I need to
you need
push
to press
this
the button.
button.
Press the button.
I think that's the right time
That
to
is
use
so
it.
mean.
So mean. Yes, Björn, please let us know about yourself first.
Okay. Yeah, as you mentioned, I'm from Germany. I studied there, but then via my university, I came to this wonderful country named Spain. I'm living in Granada, south of Spain, where I'm working for 15 years now in the Agency of Development over there. We are a PatLib center. This is a patent information center. We have a cooperation agreement with the Spanish Patent Office. And yeah, that's why also I'm working there in this field, in this patent field for nearly 15 years now. The last 10 years or so, I specialized in patent searches and patent analytics. And yeah, that's what I think we're going to talk about today a bit more in detail. As for my work, I met Mustafa. I had the luck to meet him via these European networks we're working with. It's one of it's called Enterprise Europe Network and IP Help Desk. So here's the contact point from his region in Turkey. I'm the contact point from the region in Spain. So we have some meetings and conferences, and that's where I had the luck to meet Mustafa.
But before being an ambassador for the IP Help Desk, we met with you because of the EPO pilot project.
Exactly.
We had together very great comprehensive trainings given by the EPO in Vienna mostly.
Exactly.
We had a great time in Vienna, right?
It was very good.
But 6 years ago.
We were both lucky to get some really good training from the European Patent Office.
Yeah. And now Björn is one of the best trainers after this pilot project. He is giving very good patent landscape trainings and seminars because you created very good patent landscape reports with the EPO. Could you please mention about this project? I remember that quantum technologies and nanotechnology you created, and it's published already and available. We can also share the links.
Actually, these technical landscape reports, we did it before that already. In my work in Spain, we did some sector-wide landscape reports, and a few times ago, the EPO approached me if we could do some projects together also with my colleagues from the University of Granada. And we're doing some I think very interesting reports about emerging technologies. Recently, the EPO published a report about quantum technology, second generation quantum technology, where I helped out with the whole patent searching and analysis process.
So first of all, maybe we can talk about what is this patent landscape reports and which databases do you use? Why do we need these patent landscape reports? maybe we should talk about the basic level, and then we can go forward in details. What do you think?
Yeah, for the people who are not experts in patent information, patent landscape is mainly about like taking a picture, a broader picture of a certain technology field by analyzing large amounts of patents. So you're doing a search for patents related to a specific technology and try to get information out of this via statistical and bibliometric methods. That's basically more or less what is patent landscaping about. So you get a broader picture about a specific technology with the help of the patents.
Assume that I'm a SME which has a R&D center, and I'm working in the textile industry, and I'm looking for nano-based textile products I'm trying to produce. How can I get patent landscape reports prepared for nanotextiles? Let's talk about it.
For example, if you would do some kind of these reports in this specific field, you could get insight who are the main players in this field, who are your potential partners or potential competitors. Basically, you can get insight in the field where you're not aware of. So you can, with the help of these kind of reports, you can get specific information about a specific technology field.
Also, can we see the technology trends? I mean, some of the vertical technology fields which will shape the textile industry, let's say.
Exactly. You can get insights about the evolution of a specific field. You see if a specific field is declining in terms of patenting activity, if a specific field is emerging. If you're doing analysis on companies, you can get a technology profile out of them. You can see in which technology fields they are patenting. So you can get insight in, for example, a company from a textile business, which is your competitor. Via patent analysis, for example, you can detect that they're doing something else, not only textile, but they're investing a lot of patents in nanotechnology. So you can get specific information out of this, which you're probably not aware of if you're just checking the media, for example.
I see. So as I noticed that the big corporates like Airbus and Boeing, Canon, Nikon, the big boys are having their own IP professionals, and also I noticed that they have built new divisions. They call it IP analytics divisions. It's a big vision, right? In-house, they have a dedicated staff just for searching the patent data and searching for their competitors and searching and analyzing the technology trends by looking at the patent data. What do you think?
That's how you can tell that it's really an important field, an important thing to do. If you see the big companies, they have big departments dedicated only to this kind of analysis. So that's why it's quite obvious then for small companies that it's a really important thing to do. Understandable, a small company, SME, they don't have the resources for many people doing analysis. So that's quite important that they know how to get these reports, maybe subcontracting them or outsourcing it.
Let's talk about it in your daily life. Do you also search the patents before your breakfast or during your breakfast?
Usually after breakfast. It's too dry before.
It's too early for searching patents. I always say the sentence in my trainings because I love patent searching. That's why I'm saying that I'm searching these new patents while I'm having my breakfast. You should do that. If I am doing that, you must do that because you are the interesting company. Subject. Should I push? No. Okay, let's talk about the procedure of the patent landscaping process. How do you start, or what do you suggest to the people who are trying to do it themselves? Choosing the right database, using some techniques. Should they use the free of charge databases, or what kind of paid resources to use? What do you think about it?
Well, I can only tell that the methodology we are using at our work It doesn't have to be the best one, of course, but at least we're doing it for a few years now, and it's going quite well. We have a step-by-step approach. If we're talking about a sector analysis of a specific technology, at first thing we do, like in every scientific work, we do a literature review. We have a look at what is there around already, similar patent reports, where you can get some information out of search strategies, keywords, and general information about what is already there. The next step would then be defining the search query, which is, my opinion,
tricky session.
One of the most important steps, because you have to define a set of keywords. You have to find a set of patent classifications. People who know about patents, they know that patents are classified. It's quite a very powerful way to retrieve patents is using patent classifications. And but it's a bit tricky because usually you're not the expert in a specific field you're analyzing. We are, as a patent information specialist, we usually have a more generalist approach. And so if we, for example, doing a study about nanotechnology, we always look for people who are experts in this field who can provide us information about relevant keywords and also relevant classifications. In the case of the EPO studies, we were lucky that we got input from the examiners from the EPO. So that's quite a powerful source, as you can understand.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that confident EPO has very experienced examiners.
Exactly.
Because they are claiming that we are having the most experienced staff, examiners in their field. And it is true that mostly they have 10 years old industry experiences, and then they mostly have a PhD degrees in the specific fields, right?
And they're very specialized. I think that's the one advantage of EPO, that they're very specialized examiners. They have examiners examining only patents of a very narrow field, and in their narrow field, they're really, really experts.
Yeah.
So
it's a huge job. It's very difficult. So I'm admiring this classification. There are millions documents in the patent databases, and every single subclasses, every single vertical, sub-verticals have their own classification.
Exactly.
Very detailed.
And then you have different classification schemes. You have IPC, then you have the CPC, which is even more detailed. And so
I think it's a crazy job, right? It's a crazy job. And I think now this applause is going to do EPO stuff. This one? This? This is laughing. I push it. This one? This? Ah, okay. I'm pushing the wrong one.
Oh,
sorry.
my God.
I'm learning it. I'm learning. Okay. So as we said that we are in Berlin.
Exactly.
So Berlin
I was explaining the step by step.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to go with the next step, which after the search strategy, which I think is one of the most important steps in the whole procedure, because if the search strategy is not a good one, then of course your results won't be relevant ones. So the good old saying is the garbage in, garbage out.
Yes.
So that's why really crucial to invest a lot of work in the search strategy. That's why one of the most important steps. Next step would be look out for patent database. So you have to know which database is good for which search you want to do. You want to approach a national patent database or multinational patent database. You want to look for a free database or a commercial one. You have to check this out. What is right for the purpose of the study? Usually in our case, we are lucky to count of commercial databases. You can do some things with freely available ones, especially the freely available ones have a good coverage. So they have worldwide coverage, have nearly the same coverage as the commercial ones. Difference is that the commercial ones, they have far better features regarding analysis features and also data cleaning features, which would be the next step in the procedure. Once you have decided for the database, you do the search, you get a data set, let's say 5,000, 10,000, or 20,000 patents. So next step would be to clean the data, because usually as the patent data comes from different offices all over the world, as you know, you have a lot of problems with spellings, with company names, with names from the inventors, misspellings or different writings regarding languages. So you have to take that into account, and it's a lot of work which is involved in cleaning up this data to get meaningful data for statistical analysis.
I think it's another important point to refining
Exactly.
the applicant names,
Exactly.
inventor names, because
applicant name is also different. Specific case that, for example, big corporations like Siemens or Philips, you have lots of different name variations in the databases. So you have Siemens, you have like 20 different Siemens and subsidiary Siemenses. And if you're in a patent analysis, you're interested in getting all information about Siemens as a whole. So you have to normalize or harmonize, how you call it, this data.
Exactly.
So you get meaningful data.
You said that it is available to search in the freely available databases. Could you please give us some information on which one do you prefer to use?
Yeah, there are some good ones around. For example, the most well-known is definitely Espasnet from the EPO. It's a freely available database. It's very good data coverage. Then some other databases is from WIPO. That's another big office. It's called PatentScope. And then Google has also launched its own patent service. It's Google Patents, which also improved quite a lot over the last years. So it's also recommendable. And then there's one from a private company. It's called Lens, which is also a really, really nice patent database. And it's quite, from a feature-wise, I would say it's one of the most complete ones for the freely available ones, because it has not only patents, but nowadays it has only access to scientific articles from freely available sources.
As I noticed that, of course, these freely available databases are very important, and there are huge documents, like millions. But sometimes there is a problem to reach the national documents because of the language barrier and the data coverage. So, for example, all of the Turkish patent documents are not available in Espasnet. So you should turn back to the Turkish patent database to search in Turkish. So do you think that these commercial databases are covering these national documents by translating automated or human translation?
Yeah, they have it. I think that's one of the strong points of the commercial ones, that they have more translated documents, especially for also Asian documents, Chinese patents, Asian patents in general, which are often not translated at all. That's one of the I think added values of the commercial databases, that they have translated. Well, in most cases machine translated, but at least they become searchable. So documents become searchable, which before, if you not know Turkish or Chinese, you couldn't search them.
Yeah, in Espasnet also there is a Google translation option, automated, right? If you find a Chinese document, so you can just translate it into even in Turkish.
You press a button and then it pops up. Yeah. It gives you an idea, but of course, if it's, for example, if you're doing like a freedom of operate search, if you have to be really, really certain about the content, then it's always recommendable that some professional translator translates it for
you. Exactly, because the freedom to operate is not a joke.
Exactly, not a joke. You have to know every word of the claim, if it's true or not.
Yes, nowadays in Turkey we have some patent infringement cases in home appliance industry. It is not too much, but it is happening sometimes. I know it is happening too many in United States and in Europe. Maybe it's another indicator of the growing of IP ecosystem in a particular country. Maybe we should look at the number of infringement cases to understand the power of IP community or IP landscape in specific country, right? So, as an ambassador, are you organizing some awareness events in your country?
Sorry, what?
Are you organizing some of the IP awareness events in your in Spain?
We're doing some events. Recently, we organized an event with all the ambassador colleagues in Spain for colleagues from this enterprise peer network. We did an event about IP in general. So we did some modules talking about patents, of course, talking about trademarks. Myself, I was talking about how to do patent searching, how to use the freely available databases. And it was quite well received. It was a nice training event for the colleagues from Spain.
As the last words, in Turkey, I noticed that, or my colleagues also noticed that it's a real fact in Turkey. Most of the SMEs, not the big ones, but SMEs are indicating that having a patent application is very cost-based activity. They don't understand what is the real power of having a patent application. Is it the same, or how is the situation in Spain?
It's similar situation. Similar? You have to really create the awareness. You have to create. You have to tell the small companies of the importance that IP can have, not only for themselves, but also for how you say it. It's patent fencing to have patents in order to avoid that competitors go into your market. That's really quite important thing to do.
Yeah, it's a good conversation, Björn.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. With 0 degree outside, freezing.
It's much nicer here in Arne's office.
Yeah, Arne's office is very attractive. With the meditation room, I really admiring to be here. So Björn, thank you so much for being a guest in Patent Effect podcast.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure.
My pleasure also. And we will have some drinks after that podcast, right?
Okay, we'll try to.
Some Glühwein.
Some Berlin Glühwein, exactly.
Some Berlin Glühwein before the Christmas. Okay, thank you so much, Björn.
Okay, bye.
See you then.
Bye.
And let me close the session. So, dear Patent Effect Podcast fellows, this is the episode from Berlin. We were together with Björn Jurgens from Granada, from Spain. We discuss about the patent landscape reports and what is the real impact of the patent information. And you can also follow us as Patent Effect through the Twitter and LinkedIn, and you can also listen this podcast through Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Also, you can follow patenteffect.com to search all the episodes published. See you next episode. Bye-bye.